Sorry. I am.
Two grandsons dead, one in hospital.
Hello, Dela writes, you know, a lot of things are happening in this world, and sometimes you can hardly even believe them. Today, we'll be talking about a father who took his three sons into the bush, tied and poisoned them because of a church prophecy in Bayelsa State, Nigeria. It was on the 27th of September, 2024, that a man who lives in Bayelsa State by the name Samuel Otasi, you know, who attends a prophetic ministry called George Odogu Outreach Ministry, went to church. When he went to church for a prophetic administration, the man of God, George Odogu, gave a prophecy that there is a man who is suffering because of what his three sons are causing him the problems, that he's got three sons from another woman and he's no longer married to their mother. And because of the anger of that woman, he gave the sons, you know, witchcraft, and they are using it on the man. And that happens to be the reason why the man has always been sick, why the man is financially unstable, why the man is struggling so much without any answers and everything, why the man has got a lot, this luck that is not working, everything that is happening in his life. As a matter of fact, this the prophecy stated that it is the same reason why this other marriage is not working, why they are always fighting, why the children are not performing well in school. Everything that is happening to him and his marriage and his life and everything is actually coming from his three sons that he got from the other wife. Now, these three sons of his are not even living with him. They were not living with him. They were living with his own grandmother in the village. He wasn't catering for them. He never catered to their need or anything. The grandmother was happy to be raising those children with the very little that she had. And so now, when the prophecy came, Samuel Otasi was right there in the crowd. And you know how this prophet, they speak. They may not necessarily call you by the name, but they'll just be throwing the words and throwing the word. Now, anyone that resonates with you, you pick it and you say that is your own. That was exactly what happened. And then when Samuel Otasi heard this, Samuel and the man of God is rumored or alleged to have made it very clear that for that person to ever succeed in this world, the person will have to do what they call physical purging, to go and, you know, mix substance and give to those children to just go. And that way, all his own problems will be solved. Now, when Samuel Otasi heard this, Samuel Otasi left Bayelsa State and traveled to, left Yanogua and traveled to his village. He went to go and meet his mother and told his mother that he wanted to take the boys to church, George Odogu Outreach Ministry. And in Bayelsa, they all know about the George Odogu. And you know these local people, how they believe that these things are usually real, okay? Even when they are saying it, staring it in the face, and they know they are not real. And now he went, and the mother was very happy that he at last came. He's beginning to, you know, look at his sons and doing whatever he needed to do to help them to come out of that village situation and all of that. The mother released the boys. The most senior one was 13, then another one was 10, and another one was 8. Okay, now the three of them, the grandmother, that's the mother of Samuel Otasi, gave the son to take the boys, and this man took the boys. Now he actually took them to church. They were to see the prophet, but the prophet was not available to see them. So they said he should come on a Wednesday. He now took the boys back to his house in Yanogua. Then on that Wednesday, they thought that he was taking them to church. he now put them in the car. He was the brother was the one driving. The brother's name happens to be Levite Otase, and they were going. So the boys were very happy that they were following their father to church, the deliverance ministry, and all of that. Now, you know, before the father came to carry the boys, the news had already spread because the father, out of anger, said this, that the boys were witches and all of that. And people in the village had already started discriminating the boys and, you know, avoiding the boys and all of that. The boys had this, they were so mentally down, they were unhappy. Their grandmother knew all of those things were lies. So when the father now came to carry the boys, the grandmother was very happy that at least at the end of the day, they will know the truth, and so that people will not treat them, isolate them the way that they have been isolating them in the village. So when they carried the boys and they were going to church, at some point, the boys realized that they were entering inside the bush. The senior one asked the father where they were going. The father said he shouldn't worry. They now took them inside a bush, a very far bush. And now Samuel Otase, that's their father, and the brother Levite Otase, they tied the boys, their hands and their leg, tied them inside that bush, tied them and gave them a poisonous substance to drink. They ingested it and all of that. And these men left these boys there. Now, the senior one struggled and was able to lose the rope in his hands and legs and started running for help. He was tired. He was, not able to, he was weak, he had ingested something. At some point, he now failed by the side of the road. There was, as God will have it, there was an NDLEA man that was driving past. He now saw a small boy lying there. He now stopped and carried the boy. When he carried the boy couldn't talk and all of that. He now rushed the boy. They rushed the boy to the hospital. It was there they started trying to save the boy's eye because the boy had started foaming from the mouth. Usually, when people begin to foam from the mouth, especially when they are not epileptic and all of that, medical people usually would know that something is wrong from the inside. Maybe it was a poisonous substance or something, or it could have been snake bite or something. So they went that route and they started treating. And as God will have it, that boy regained consciousness. Now, it was a boy who told this NDLEA man what happened. Immediately, they called the police. They involved the police. When they involved the police, the boy told them the brothers were still inside the bush. That was how they rushed. Bayelsa police, they rushed inside the bush. With the description that the boy gave them, when they saw the lifeless body of the other two. Those two did not survive it. Now, what happened was the noun came and because the elder son, the 13-year-old, had told them everything, they arrested the father. When they arrested the father denied everything, denied ever knowing anything, because at the time, the father did not know that the 13-year-old boy had survived. He didn't know at all. He had no knowledge. He denied everything. According to him, he said, when the church said that they couldn't see their papa, he asked the brother Levite to take the boys back to their grandmother, so that next week Wednesday they'll go and give the Levite 1,000 naira. That's all he does. Now they put him, on handcuff, and they brought him to the hospital. And when he saw the son, one of them, he was shocked. It was then the son said, yes, he's the one, he and the brother and all of that. That's how they arrested the father, to the point where the father confessed. Now, what does this story tell us? Why is it that people just sit down, prophetic? Do you know that as we speak up until today, they did not arrest this George Udogu, that pastor? He has not been arrested because he threw his prophecy on the air. He did not call Samuel Otasi, your boys are this, your boys are that. He did not. He threw his prophecies, and Samuel Otasi picked it and decided to go and, finish his boys for doing absolutely nothing. And that was how those boys, they died for nothing. That was how they lost their lives, by their father. Right now, they say they have sentenced, Samuel Otasi and the brother. Samuel Otasi to die by hanging, and the brother, Levi, to life imprisonment. This is what has been going on. And I think we need to be careful. And this goes to show that, we should be in a country where even religious leaders are made to take responsibility for the things that they do. Please subscribe and share. Appreciate you guys. And I appreciate you guys so much. Please share my videos.